Hi everyone, this is Kirei for Bramble Fox, and this is my latest layout using the fabulous upcoming January Fox box. And I'm also using a couple of new sets that are available now. The Arrows Galore set, Autumn Leaves set is a slightly older one, and the Paper Snips 49. So here you go. I've pulled out a couple of the, well, there's three perspectives there actually. The Write Your Own Story title, and then the two paintbrush perspectives. One has the amazing on it, and the other is the pale pink with the enjoy. And then I've just pulled out a few of the arrows from the new Arrows Galore set and some autumn leaves from the autumn leaves set. I'm using the Vicki Boutin Discover and Create collection. I love the colours in this. They're sort of bold, and this pattern paper with the pencils on it was actually perfect for to go with the title, Write Your Own Story. And that's sort of where I'm at. I've decided to go with a photo of me because I feel like I do a lot of storytelling through my scrapbooking. So I thought actually that's what I would do. I would scrap about me and about me writing stories. So here we go. I have just trimmed off a strip from the coloured pencils there because I'm going to sort of duplicate that over on this left side. And then I've brought in this sort of deep burgundy stripe pattern paper and torn two strips, distressed the edges, and they're just going to sit there on either side, sort of replicating, well, with the left side replicating the right side. So pulling it together really. I have my photo, a portrait photo, and then I've pulled out a selection of the coordinating ephemera. And there's loads. There's all sorts of bits and pieces, but I particularly sort of focused on things that were to do with really storytelling, scrapbooking, etc. So we've got the jar with paintbrushes and pens and pencils in it. We've got the typewriter. We've got a camera. And then I've just added in some florals because who doesn't love a floral? And some bud sprigs, and there's some little buttons as well that I thought were cute. So I'm just pulling those in as well. So I'm sort of playing around here about where it's all going to sort of sit before I start to get things stuck down. Okay, I can get these strips actually stuck down. I thought they already were, but no. So I'll get those stuck down and I'll work out on the other side because I'm going to have to tape the striped piece to the edge of the background paper so I can make it into a 12 by 12, if you know what I mean. Okay, I was looking whether I was going to back my photo, but I just thought it was just a bit too much. So I decided not. I've left it complete. In fact, actually, I add a little bit of just white tissue paper behind it, just a soft layer, just to sort of lift it from the background, but it's not too much. I have the large camera here, and you can see I am just trimming some of the white border. I tend to do this with some of the ephemera because sometimes there's quite a wide white border and I'm not a fan, so I just trim it down, but obviously that is completely personal choice. If you're not really into fussy cutting, then absolutely leave the ephemera as it is. There we go. I've got all these strips stuck down, and I have fussy cut around the edges of all of the ephemera there, so I can start to sort of get things stuck down. My photo is now backed with the tissue, the white tissue, and I am just going to stick it down, raising the top edge only with some foam pads, and then the bottom edge will lay flat. And again, here with the jar, I'm just raising it up on that top piece, and I'm just going to add some foam pads behind the paintbrushes and the pencils as well, so I get that dimension. And that is something that I always do on my layouts. Nothing ever is completely flat because I just like to get that sort of layering going with a layout. Here I'm just distressing the edge of this coloured sort of, I guess it's like a paint palette really, that says life is art, live yours in colour, which I really like the sentiment of. So just fiddling here with this paint pot and where it's going to sit. I actually move it the other way in a moment. There we go. I think I'm bringing it in now because I want to get things stuck down. So I'm just making sure I'm happy with where things are sitting, and then I'm just working out how much space I need around that bottom there. So then I can get things stuck down. This is always the part that for me is probably the long. I love adding all the ephemera. It's my favourite bit, adding all the little bits and pieces. But it is also the bit that takes me the longest because I'm so fussy. I'm so particular. Everything has to be just right. That I do, move things around a lot. So sometimes I do work things out off camera just to make it easy when I'm videoing it. So yeah, and just popping things back in now, and then I can get those stuck. Yeah, getting those stuck down, which is good. And and then the layout starts to take shape. And once you've got the sort of bigger elements, then you can add in some of the smaller pieces, which I will do in a little bit. But getting those sort of bigger pieces in is good, and then you can play around with the small elements. I've obviously got some of the little the perspective, the leaves. Got some arrows there to add in, and then I've got some other. There's some smaller stickers and pieces that I will just tuck in a little bit later too. I've added the typewriter again. I've raised the top on with foam pads, and I'm going to do the same with the camera, but I raise all of this one with the foam pads. Um, and then I think I'm going to move on a little bit because it takes a little while, getting everything stuck down. Oh, here we go, as if by magic. Yes, okay. Most things I think are stuck down. I'm going to get the title perspective in place now. Write your own story using glossy accents. Sorry about my head. You're getting a really good view. Literally the day before I'm going to get it coloured so you can see all the roots. Brilliant. Okay, so write your own stories down, and I'm pulling out the buttons that I have, the ephemera buttons, and I, couldn't possibly have naked buttons, so I'm going to add some embroidery thread through each of the buttons, just coordinating the colours to the embroidery threads, and then I can get those tucked in and stuck down as well. So I think I'm going to do this off camera as well because again, it's, takes a while, and, it's pretty basic stitching just through the buttons there. So just those 5, and here we go, as if by magic, all done. And then I can get those stuck down, and I'm just going to use some glue dots, just these little flat glue dots, because I've got the thread on the back. These just help give a sort of really strong hold. And I'm just tucking those in and around the embellishment clusters that I already have set down. So this is really where I was saying before, you can start to add in those sort of smaller elements. And then, and that just sort of builds up your decorative elements. Here we go. Okay, what's next? Paper snips. Okay, so I am punching out using a 1-inch circle punch. I'm just punching out a number of the paper snips, and I've got the life captured, the snapshot, and then there's one with text on it and the sort of yellowy mustard arrow. And I'm just layering the clear round epoxy flare over the top, and it gives you that little DIY sort of flare. And I'm just sort of playing around, and there's a lot of moving around here, as you can see. And I decided to punch another one, the one with etc on it, but I don't actually use it in the end. I do stick with just using the 3 that I started with. So I'm tucking those in. I've got the arrow one at the top. I've got the life captured one down the bottom, and then I'll have snapshot just over to the bottom of my photo. So I am still fiddling around at the moment, but yeah, I think I'm finally getting things stuck down. Yay. And this is the bit, this is why I don't leave me doing all the ephemera and fiddling around with ephemera in the video, because honestly, it probably end up being like an hour long or something. And that would just be, not much fun. Okay, I'm just sticking down the cute paintbrush perspective, and it's got enjoy down the bottom. What I did do is I did add some embroidery thread through the top of the paintbrush, again in the pink, just to match it. As well, and then just tucking in those little epoxy flares, getting those stuck down. And then I think we're moving on. Oh, I've got this purple heart, and honestly, I keep picking it up, fiddling around with it, deciding whether it's going to go anywhere, but it doesn't. I I fussy cut a few more tabs from the paper snips. So I've got one at the bottom there that says photo, and there's another one there that says capturing memories. And I've just sat those at the bottom under the camera and my photo, but I do switch them. There we go. Yeah, that looks better now. I get a balance because I had sort of two tealy colours over on the right and then the more pinky colours on the left, but I balanced it out now and I'm happy with that. I've got the arrow that I stuck down as well, just at the bottom of the typewriter. And here's another one of the word phrases from the paper snips. And I add memory keeper there onto the camera. I don't add another one at the top. Actually, looking at it, I could have, but I didn't actually. Oh, I thought I'd stuck the arrow down. I wasn't paying attention when I was talking. Yes, there we go. Arrow is now stuck down. Okay. What have we got? Oh, right, bringing in the leaves now because I've got these tiny, tiny little leaves that I'm sort of tucking in. And this is also, there is a lot of fiddling with the little leaves here. And I've just pulled in a few of the small leaves. I've got a few gold ones, but I don't add them in the end. I just decided they just stood out a little bit too much for me. I just stick with the ones in the sort of, it's sort of like a cork colour, and it's almost like a very deep purpley burgundy colour as well. So I've just stuck with those ones. And yep, here we go, still playing around with that one. That's in like a darker grey actually. And yeah, that's going in up the top there. So yeah, certainly a lot of, honestly, you'd think after all this time scrapbooking, I would be a bit more know where things should go. But no, I just need to check everywhere just in case it looks better in another spot. But yeah, there we go. And I think that we're almost done with those. Oh, I hadn't stuck the little paper snip down here. There we go. I've just got that one stuck down. Oh, there's the purple heart again. Still trying to find a place for it. No, it doesn't make the cut. Okay, and we are now done. I did add some little cross stitches and I've moved around really quickly here, so sorry about that. But I added a few cross stitches in and around the layout, and then I just decided I was going to bring in some gold splatters. Oh, that's right. I did add a few little tiny black circle stickers and little gold dots that coordinate with the Vicki Boutin collection. So I've tucked those in and around the clusters, and then I'm just finishing off with the gold watercolor. I've added a tiny little bit of journaling at the bottom. But that's it, and that's the final layout. So the close-up images are here. There we go. And you will see some of the close-up shots of the fabulous perspectives and paper snips from the January Fox box, the Arrows Galore set, and the Autumn Leaves set. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the process video, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.